Life is meant to be difficult. There is meant to be challenges and obstacles inside of your way so that you can overcome those challenges and then add purpose to your life. It sounds counterproductive, but if you think about it, think of any story from any book, any series, any anime series, they're always facing a challenge. And once they overcome that challenge, people love this character or people love this person because they prove to themselves that they have got stronger. They are persistent. They are determined to achieve this goal no matter what's inside of their way. My name is Lee, and my mission is to help others who are in a similar situation as a younger version of me. Talk about younger version of me. Back then, like when I was 11 or 12, my daily schedule will always be I have no alarm to wake up, so I just wake up whenever. I would instantly turn on my Xbox or turn on my Oculus, my VR headset. I'll play all day long. I have some little breaks in between to eat, but I wouldn't just eat food. I would overconsume food. I would eat massive bowls of cereal, probably two massive bowls of cereal. I would eat these massive portions of the food that was made on that day. And I would eat desserts morning, afternoon, night, it didn't matter. I'll also be watching YouTube or Netflix while eating food. I still do that a little bit now, but I remember this one time where I felt so bored of just playing the game. So I went on Netflix and I watched like 18 different Netflix series. I binge watched them throughout the course of a month and a half. And now the thing that I did every single day without exception, because I was super bored, was goon. I would goon either once or twice or even three times a day because I had nothing else to do. And after doing all of that, I would just black out. I wouldn't just fall asleep. No, no, no. I would black out. I wouldn't even remember what I was doing right before going to sleep. And then I would repeat that cycle over and over again. Now, there was some moments where my dad and my older cousin asked if I wanted to work out or do anything physical. And I would always make an excuse to not do it. Until this one day, I felt the pressure of my dad, my cousin, and my granny because they were all there at the same time. And I looked inside this mirror that was inside my room. It was a massive mirror that was just across my bed. And I was sitting on my bed while they was talking to me, saying that just go to the gym, just go with your cousin and just do it for today. I looked in the mirror and I realized that, oh yeah, I am a little bit pouchy. I am a little bit fat. And since I was bored of playing my game, I had nothing really to do. I was like, okay, we can go to the gym, I guess. So the next day, I went to the gym with my cousins, and we met up with some of his friends inside the gym. And I realized it was hard lifting weights. I realized that I was weak. Now look, most people with this story, they will probably start off as weak kids and probably get targeted inside school like the easy targeted boy. However, throughout my life, all I heard was he's a grown boy, referring to my eating habits. He's strong, he's aggressive, referring to like my size. Don't mess with him because he's a nutcase or something like that, right? I believe I was indestructible. I believe I was untouchable to anybody, which means I could do whatever I want, leading me to overconsume and play my games all the time because, like, who's gonna stop me? There's no problem with me playing my games. Just because people are weaker than me. I was thinking since I was so big and I also just I like hurting people back then that it didn't really matter what I did. But in that moment when we was inside the gym, I was struggling to curl a 5 pound dumbbell. 5 pounds. That's the lightest inside of a gym. My arms were shaking. I was just standing up curling with my dad because he also came. And my arms were shaking the whole time lifting a 5 pound dumbbell. I'm thinking about this right now where I'm lifting like 35 pounds. And I was like, that's crazy how I started off so weak. Then we moved on to benching, and I was scared to do the bar. I was scared to just do a unweighted bar on the bench. It was even a bench. It was a Smith's machine because we was inside Planet Fitness. I was afraid to get on the Smith's machine and do a bench press. That's how weak I was. My facade of this big tough guy that you don't want to mess with was broken, especially since my cousin and his friends who went had pretty good physiques, and they also felt confident. They were loud. They were screaming inside the gym, even though you wasn't supposed to scream inside of Planet Fitness. They didn't care. So after that moment, we went to the gym a couple of times after that. But then we stopped. After we stopped, after all this momentum I was building of going to the gym with my cousin, I didn't really change all that much. I fell back into those habits of just waking up whenever, playing my game, eating, gooning, masturbating. It it didn't really change. Now couple of years later, this is like 2023, I found self improvements. And self improvement changed my life. I know it sounds typical now because you see all these self improvement YouTubers like, so yeah, self improvement's gonna change your life. But dead ass, self improvement did change my life. It would If I didn't find self improvement, I would still be playing my VR every single day throughout the whole day doing nothing. See, self improvement taught me a couple of these daily tasks that I had to implement inside my life. The two daily tasks that really helped me out was working out for like 20, 30 minutes and then meditating for like 3 to 5 minutes. Working out, I felt I feel like I couldn't work out since I wasn't an athlete, which is a little bit weird because athletes are athletes because they work out. It's not the other way around. So I thought at first that okay, I shouldn't actually work out since I'm not qualified to work out. But this thought shortly died down because I remember back then when used to work out with my cousin that I wasn't an athlete back then, but I still was lifting weights. So this thought of athlete, you have to be an athlete to exercise, just faded away. And I also remember the struggle I had lifting those 5 pound dumbbells and lifting the bar for a Smith machine. But I also feel the accomplishment after I was able to lift a 5 pound dumbbell and I was able to bench press just the bar on the Smith machine. I was also thinking about the pressure of before I even went to the gym and then the excitement of going to the gym and after going to the gym. And I remember how something could seem scary and difficult, but in reality, it is the key for me to escape my overconsumption because that's what happened back then. So I'm gonna use that same mindset now. So that led me to working out 20, 30 minutes every day. It was even 20, 30 minutes because I felt so excited that it was something new. Even though it was hard, it was something new. And I seen the result of working out every day. So my 20 to 30 minutes went to like an hour a day. It went from me just doing the basic workouts of push up, sit-ups, to me doing cardio, me doing these advanced liftings that I will see on YouTube. I pretty much do it every single day. I even try to learn the handstand. That didn't really work out because after I got inside the air for like 3 seconds, I fell back and I kind of I kind of destroyed the claws for a little bit. But at least I was trying something new. The second thing, meditation. Meditation, I thought I had to be like a monk or one of those ladies who believe in horoscopes and constellations being powerful, those type of people. But since I was so excited from trying working out because it was something new, I was like, so man, that doesn't matter. Let's just start meditating. Now it was pretty hard doing meditation. I only could do it for like a minute and a half. But after like a week or two, I got up to like 3 minutes. And after that I got to like 5 minutes and then increased it to like 20 to 25 minutes a day. And I recommend if you were inside of a similar position as me, or just if you want something new inside your life and you don't do this stuff, just implement it, because this is a difficult thing for most people. And this whole video is about adding difficulty, adding conflict, so that you can overcome this conflict and feel accomplishment, feel purposeful for overcoming this hardship. See, people want to avoid some challenges, which is understandable. Some challenges we should avoid because there will be no return on putting all that effort for those challenges. But other challenges, like challenging your body or challenging your mind or challenging your spirit, is a challenge that you should want to conquer, because that challenge, after you conquer it, you will grow as a person. And remember, this challenge is pressure, and pressure creates the most precious diamonds. Anyways, if you like this video and you want to hear more stuff about this, go ahead and like and subscribe, and have a wonderful day or night or whatever time it is, and bye-bye.